Could we talk a little bit about process? I'm always interested in process. What exactly do you do as the publisher, and how do you choose somebody like a designer, and what does a designer do?
What my role is to make sure all the pieces that are up in the air stay up in the air until they have to come down. I mean, that is the easiest way. A book is a complicated thing in that it starts as an idea that you have to, either your idea or somebody else's idea, that you have to nurture. Ito Potter's book, for instance, came to me as memoirs. I don't do memoirs, but a local memoirist who had been working with Ito for 5 years said, would you just look at this? And I said, I don't really do it. She had 73,000 words and 59 pieces. I said, this is not a book, it's like War and Peace. So my job in that case was to try to help her edit and focus, and so that's one role. The next part of that, of course, is that I, in many cases, need to hire a photographer to illustrate, or an illustrator. So I find, research, hire, and run them. Third piece is just the physical aspect of the book. You need a designer, and designers are all very different. Some designer will be really jazzy. The Table Talk book is a very jazzy book, and that's Carol McManus's reputation, her personality. You know, she's got lots of energy. And we wanted the book to reflect that. So I knew a designer that I thought would do that, and began working with her. Another designer is the farm book. The Morning Glory book is much softer, smoother, much more gentle, because that was the farm. So you, as again in my role as a publisher, you look at those people, and what a designer do. The designers are gods. That is the only way to describe it. I mean, they can take something and they make sense of it first, which is, if you could see, right now I'm working on this Holmes book, and yesterday I looked at 361 images, and that's not all of them, that Alison Shaw has shot. And we have put them in folders so that we know we've divided the book into chapters, which again is my role, is to help to concept and organize the book. But after that, what the heck do we do with these images? That's what a designer does. They take the images that all make sense to them. They put them on the pages where they belong. They put them in the form that they need to be. I'm right there at their shoulder virtually now, because you seldom use a local, you know, the designers are everywhere all over the country. And they put it all together. They choose type, they choose flow, they pace a book, you know, so that it fits right. And then we go the next thing that I do, which is dealing with the worst, and that's the printer. Printers are, they're astronauts. I mean, they're far away from you. Usually Canada, China. I never print in the US. It's too expensive, and they don't have the inks and the papers that you need. They talk a completely different language. You know, if you're talking Italian, they're always talking Greek. I mean, they're very different. You cannot hold or be with them when they're doing their work, so you're relying totally on them. And this is the one place. Everything else is within your control. But that's the one place there's nothing in your control, and all you can do is hope. So I do a lot of hold-handing at that point with my authors, because now suddenly they don't have any say over anything either, and we're hoping, and lots of times what you hope is not what comes back, and you have to do. You're very nimble. You have to be on your feet all the time with a printer. And then probably the last part that I do, once we, pray God, have gotten this good book, and it is beautiful, and it has arrived on the Vineyard where I store it, then I put them in bookstores and do PR. So now
Wow.
You've seen everything.
Wow.
There's nothing behind the curtain.
Well, I don't know where you earned your marketing skills, but they're very good. Vineyarders always know about the books, know that they're coming, are given little tastes of what they're going to be like. so that by the time they arrive in the bookstores, there are probably lines waiting for them.